The concise Greek-English dictionary is included with the reverse interlinear. How are these a jumping off point in word studies?
Yeah, the first of all, it's an old public domain dictionary that I got, and then through years and years, we've updated and fixed it, and a lot of students put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. So it's a real basic definition. But there's a really important difference between a gloss and a word's meaning, and I wanted to really stress this. A gloss is, you remember that bundle of sticks illustration? The words has a bundle of sticks in terms of meaning, and a word like run has a lot of sticks in the bundle because the word run can mean a lot of things. Well, what we do in an abridged dictionary is we look at all the different ways a Greek word is used, and we say, well, it's mainly used to mean this. So if you look up sarx, its main use as flesh, but sarx is wildly used in different meanings. Human sinful nature is how sometimes we translate sarx. And so an abridged dictionary is just giving a gloss, which is an approximation of one or two of its main uses. The problem that we have is that people think that that's what that word means. Well, it's just an approximation of one of the uses. And so in terms of the jumping off spot, it's really important to learn that okay, autophos has a gloss. It means brother. But in a lot of translations, when you translate autophos as brother, it's going to say brothers and sisters. Because, and when people say, well, autophos just means brother, that's not accurate. That's its gloss. That's one of its functions. I have an autophos. He's called David. But in my church, I also have autophoi, plural, and they're men and women. They are members of my spiritual community. Well, that's also what that word means. And so the problem that we have is when people look at that gloss, that simple single definition that approximates kind of what a word means, and then think that's what it means everywhere. And that's why I'm really nervous about the abridged dictionary. I don't want people to look at, use gender language for an example. I don't want people to look at autophos and think it only means brother, because then some people hear that as male-oriented. I don't want people to look at anthropos and translate it as man, and people think that it's male only. And this goes to, I don't look at sarx and thinks that it only means flesh, okay? Those are just approximations. So the abridged dictionary is, as you said, it's a jumping off spot. It's, okay, this is the main uses of the word, but let's look at the context to see how this word is being used in this particular verse.
Well, Bible Gateway Plus is our membership program. It also includes additional titles that play into Word Bible studies. The Mounce Expository Dictionary that you wrote, and the Abridged New International Dictionary of New Testament Theology. That's a mouthful to say, but it's a very helpful resource. What's the simplest explanation of how these two resources can be used for Greek word study?
Verlin did a really, really good job abbreviating a multi-volume book. I really like his book. It's two different, there's two things that are different. One is that it's more advanced than mine. It gets deeper into words. It gives more secular background, secular use of the words and that kind of stuff. It's also arranged differently. You have to know what Greek word you're looking for. So either you need to know its number or you need to know its transliteration. So you'd find agapao, A-G-A-P-O, or the number 26, I think it is. And then there's the discussion about one Greek word. My dictionary is more basic, but it actually has 3 dictionaries in it. The main part simply is based on the English word. So you would go to love, and there'll be a discussion of the Hebrew words that mean love, and then the Greek words that mean love. So again, even if you don't know what Greek word is used in John 3:16, but you're wanting to do a Bible study on love, you just go to love in the first part, and there's the full understanding of what love is. The 2 smaller dictionaries in the back, like Verlin's, are arranged by word order. So it's a short Hebrew dictionary and a short Greek dictionary. So just about any word you want to figure out is going to be defined. But then what happens is that these words that are in the back, if I talk about them in the bigger section, they're cross-referenced. So, for example, you could do, again, I'll keep using John 3:16. You could look at it and you could, well, we'll use cosmos. For God so loved the world, underneath world is cosmos. And you could go to the back and look up cosmos, and then it's going to say see world. And so all that means I discussed it in fuller in the first part. So the first part of mine is just get the English word. And the other two dictionaries are based on the number and are all cross-referenced. So that's the basic difference.
Well, we've discussed in very basic terms an interlinear and the dictionaries. Are those the key resources anyone can use to start a journey of original language word studies?
Yeah, that's basically what you need. I mean, you need something that will show you the English and then the Greek and Hebrew behind it, and then a dictionary that will explain it. If you want to go a little deeper than that, I wrote the Greek for the rest of us. Lee Fields wrote Hebrew for the rest of us. And these are books that, again, are designed to teach you enough about Greek and enough about Hebrew to make really good sense of the mouse overs and what's going on in the Bible software, but without all the headaches of all the memory work. So I would say, in terms of a basic library, a Bible that lets you get to the Greek and Hebrew, electronic or paper, and then a good dictionary. But I think these two, for the rest of his books, are really important if you really want to understand how language functions and go deeper in your Bible study. I should also mention just a couple other websites that I'm connected with that will help in this process. One is biblicaltraining.org. It's the ministry that I help run. And on biblicaltraining.org, there's a whole class on Greek tools. And so it's me lecturing through how you use tools and stuff. To get an updated version of those talks, you can go to Master Lectures that Donovan puts out, and I did a video series for them. And on my personal website, billmounce.com, I've done just a lot of stuff to help people work through Greek for the rest of us, and also the full Greek class. And so you can go and there's exercises and me talking about different things and devotionals, so you can kind of see how to apply all this stuff. So in billmounce.com, if you just go to Bible Study Greek, you'll see it. And on biblicaltraining.org, just look for Greek tools. And they'll also help you process this information.
What advice do you have for anyone starting this journey on their own?
It's hard. Now, the Greek tools and Hebrew tools approach is not nearly as hard, and people are able to do that on their own if they need to, although I always recommend that people just get together in a church and get a group of people together to study and have some accountability, someone to ask questions of. That's a good way to do it.
We've been talking with Dr. Bill Mounce, founder and president of biblicaltraining.org.